Hi, this is Michael William Denny of the ThunderWizard.com YouTube channel. So I just earlier today made the video about my experiment and what I was going to do, and I went ahead and I was doing my normal acting thing. This is what I do as an actor: is I get into the mind of that character, and I asked to channel something. So Michael William Denny is coming to me. He is asking me to speak through him, but first I'm going to tell you something. We are going to talk about this man. This man, and he is fighting me right now. He is fighting me. He does not want me to tell you this, but I am going to tell you because you know it. And you need to know who this man is. Something happened. Nothing, the lights didn't flicker. I mean, nothing crazy like out of the movies happened. I just started letting go, and I used the accent. I used an East Indian accent because I enjoyed doing it. It's a lot of fun. What started happening was, here I am thinking I'm going to start talking about, who knows, some spiritual concept. And what started coming out was this person talking like this, and of course it's me doing it, talking like this in the third person about me, saying unbelievable things about me and about how powerful I am, and stuff that's just was really uncomfortable. This person in front of you, this man, is a very, very powerful man. He is very powerful. If he were to admit to himself the power he has, he would explode over the whole world, this man. The power of his soul is so intense. And I allowed myself to go through it. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. It's very uncomfortable on a personal level. It's very embarrassing, but it's also scaring the crap out of me. Not because anything weird's happening. I'm not getting possessed. Nothing like that. It's just the thought of, either there's some psychological thing going on with me that I really want to empower myself, and this is coming out, or, the idea that I really am somebody with some spiritual power, and that if I chose to really acknowledge the power within me, what is it that I could accomplish? One of the things I'm doing is I'm trying to be transparent even within what I'm doing, so that if somebody comes and watches it, the part of the experiment is to see, will people insist on seeing this as something, extraterrestrial, or will people hear me in the character saying, this is not real, this is a joke, this is just me making this up as I go. And at the same time, while I'm saying that, stuff coming out of me that is scaring the crap out of me. On a personal note, just my ego's getting all bent out of shape because it's, bringing unwanted attention towards me personally. It's really quite uncomfortable. I want to share an experience. There's some more reason why this is so uncomfortable for me. Just before I gave up acting here in California, gave up the Hollywood thing, one of the last things I did was I wrote a movie. And the thought, what was happening was that I was going on auditions, and I was getting asked really stupid things like, did I want to put lifts in my shoes, and so that I would be 5'11" when I'm only 5'9", and that was when I just walked away. I said, this is nonsense. And I said, the last thing before I give up, I'm going to show the world what I'm capable of. And what I did is I wrote a movie about serial killers, and it was about a woman going into prisons interviewing different serial killers and her stuff like that. So clearly it was, I just made up like 4 different characters, each with different accents and all that kind of stuff. And at the very last, I created one character. I said, I'm just going to really go off the deep end here, and I'm going to create just a, So I just, without, kind of what I'm doing now, without any, just kind of let myself go. And what I created was this character whose name was Johnny, and he named him Johnny. And he was a guy who had multiple personalities. And the dominant personality was of a little boy. And so he was, just this little boy, and then he would go in and out of character, and then out of personalities, and then what would come forward would just be this really awful, horrible, sexual predator, a serial killer. And then he'd go back into, being this little kid. And the little kid, when he's a little kid, he talks about being sexually abused and all this kind of stuff. Now, when I'm writing, that never happened to me. I've never been sexually abused. None of that has happened. So this isn't me, getting rid of my own personal demons. I start writing this character. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to let it, I'll edit it later. If it's too much, we can always pull back. I'll just see where it goes. And I start writing this character, and he's talking about being sexually abused and all this other stuff. And then he's, he's having a hard time dealing and coming in and out of this horrific character, and then back into this little boy and crying. And it was, oh my God, it was just, oh my God, it was so crazy and dramatic. And I said, just let it out. See where it goes. And I put him in the film. And what I did when I shot the test film is I just shot that, and I had them chain me to a chair, because I didn't want to, because as an actor you can stop yourself and bring yourself out of it, and I didn't want to. I wanted to stay in this character. So I had them chain me to the chair so that when the other murderer came front and wanted to, destroy this woman, that I could feel it, and, I wouldn't have to hold myself back. And as I was getting ready to film this, I'm doing research on serial killers, trying to get into their mindset. And lo and behold, I find out that there's this guy named Johnny who has multiple personalities, who was physically abused. And it starts talking about the physical abuse he went through. And it's almost identical word for what I wrote about. And I went, oh my God, this guy exists. I really have to give this character life. And I dove into it like crazy. And I don't even know, I have it in storage somewhere. It's like on VHS or something like that. I don't even know if I still have it. But after making that, and then I made the film, and then I wrote and directed and produced the film, I almost lost it. I had to hold myself up inside of my apartment, and the gunk that was coming through me. And that was one of the things that I decided to walk away from acting. I said, this is too real for me. I felt like it was killing me. And this was before I really got deep into shamanism, but I really, it felt to me like I was channeling a real person, a soul of somebody. I think the guy's still alive somewhere. And I did not like that feeling. So I'm starting to have that same kind of thing happening now, where I'm channeling this, I chose the name Chandra Raja, which means the Lord of the Moon, the King of the Moon, which has to do, I'll explain that another time because I'm tired. This was an intense experience. And that's the other thing that's got me thinking, when I played African drums, I know that I would, especially when I played the traditional rhythms, and I would go off, and my crown chakra would open up, and I'd have to just rest for days afterwards. It wasn't fun for me to do that. So I don't know, we're going to see where this goes. I said I was going to do it. I'm going to do it. And I said I was going to tell you everything that was happening. So I'm telling you. So this is the same day I put up the first video about it, and this is what's happened. I'm about to go into surgery in a couple days for an inguinal hernia. So, you know, after tomorrow, which is Tuesday, I probably will take a few days off, you know, while I heal up a little bit. But I'm going to keep thinking about it and taking some notes and writing about it. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know what I'm going to do, and I'll keep you guys abreast. But that's what's happening. Okay. If you like the channel, support the channel. If you don't see it above, scroll below where it says support the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends. Tell everybody about this, and let's see where this experiment takes us. All right. Talk to you later.